Lucy stepped out of our bedroom, and my breath caught in my throat. Talk about a woman in red. She was an utter showstopper. Her blonde hair was piled high, leaving her neck tantalizingly free for me to sweep kisses down all the places that she loved. If we were alone, and if the situation wasn't pretty dire, I'd happily peel her right back out of that dress. "Mate with her another time," Red chastened. "We need to protect her now." "You're right." I took my slap on the wrist like a man. Still, I could not react to her appearance. She'd be disappointed after all the effort she put in. She turned to look out of the window, and I approached her from behind, wrapping my arms around her. "You look beautiful, Peaches." I kissed the spot on her neck that made her knees melt. "Ready?" I asked softly. "Yes." She smiled, but she wasn't, and I didn't blame her. A few months ago, all she'd had to worry about was filing tax returns on time. Now here she was, literally fighting for her life. Had to be scary, but not once had I seen Lucy back down from a challenge, and she wasn't about to start now. She pulled away and turned to face me. "I have to dance with other men. You know that, right?" Her eyes were faintly nervous, as if she thought I'd kill every man that so much as looked at her. Her concerns were valid. I nodded. "I do." "You can't kill them." "Not now," I agreed, trying to inject a note of levity. "But maybe later. If any of them so much as lays an inappropriate finger on you, I'll definitely kill them later." She grinned. "You say the sweetest things." I wasn't sure how much time we'd have alone. I wanted to pick her back up and bundle her into our room. I wanted to tear her clothes from her and worship her body until her voice was hoarse from screaming. Instead, I just smiled at her. These might be our last few moments together. If she failed, "She won't," Red asserted. "She won't," I agreed. "She couldn't, because if she did, I'd kill everyone and anyone that contributed to her death, and the world would burn. But that wouldn't happen. She was strong, she was fierce, she was sharply intelligent. Whatever unknown mysteries awaited her in the seat of power, she'd smash through them all." I leaned down and kissed her, pouring all my love and faith in her into the kiss. I pulled back and looked into her bright blue eyes. "I believe in you, Lucy Barrett," I whispered to her. "And I believe in you, Esme. You got this." Lucy thrust her shoulders back, strength and surety in every inch of her frame. She looked around at the others. "Everyone ready to rock and roll?" "Can't you tell?" Archie asked. "We're all at our finest, just for our queen." His voice was a shade too salacious. I let out a low growl, and he blanched. Disrespect would not be tolerated. There was no reason for him to use that tone with his queen. Not here. "Flirt at the ball if you must," I snarled at the impudent upstart. "But not here." "Right you are." Archie gave me a mock salute, but he cast his eyes to the ground. Submissive. "Time to go," David said, ever the diplomat. He changed the topic, hoping to chase us out of the rooms without incident. He was remaining behind to make sure Amber's runes weren't interfered with. "Liam," Lucy called, "you escort me. Let's leave Greg's hands free to kill anyone at the drop of a hat." "I hope plenty of them are wearing hats," Red said hopefully, making me smirk inside. "Me too, buddy. Me too." There's a knock on the door. Archie opened it to reveal Andrew Kearns, the Speaker of the Werewolf Council. My queen. His eyes sparkled with admiration as he gazed at my woman. "The room is ready to receive you." "And the plan this evening?" Lucy asked archly. Kearns frowned. "Aitken has not explained this evening's events." "Evidently not," she drawled. "I gather there is to be a ball." "Of course. You'll be presented to those who have gathered, and the ball will commence. You'll have 3 dances before you travel alone to the seat of power. If you return, your coronation will follow. If she returns," I growled darkly. Kearns grimaced. "The seat of power must successfully commune with the Queen." "And what will an unsuccessful communion lead to?" Kearns looked at his toes for a moment before answering. "Over the centuries, there have been many wolves that have sought to rule. None have ever returned from the seat of power." I wanted to growl at Kearns. How dare he come here right before she left and speak to her like that? She didn't need her confidence being shaken. Not by him or any other prick. Kearns was looking at Lucy optimistically. But I'm sure it'll be different for you, my queen. You restored the great pack, and my wolf Kai tells me that they recognize your rule. Your encounter with the seat of power is bound to be a technicality. Nothing more. Of course, Lucy said confidently. Let's go, I growled, eager to get this farce started. The sooner it began, the sooner it would be over, and the quicker she'd be safe, and in my arms once more. The ball was absurd. My hands itched to draw my weapons every time I saw a sneer on someone's face as they approached Lucy. Every slight, every sniff, every hint of disdain got recorded and noted in my mental book. I'd even seen money exchange hands, and I'd had to take a moment to settle the fury in my veins. They were betting on her. I wouldn't forget this. Any of it. When the opportunity came, retribution would be swift. Lucy, of course, coped with it all without batting so much as an eyelid. Isaacs headed purposefully towards Lucy, and she tensed. Every inch of her frame said she did not want to go into this man's arms. She didn't want her last dance to be with him. Nor did I. I swooped in and bowed low to her, taking a gloved hand in mine. With a pointed glare to Isaacs, I pulled her onto the dance floor. Together, we moved. Her skin was like velvet under my touch, and her body responded so earnestly to my direction as it always did. We glided effortlessly around the dance floor. For once, I trusted Archie and Liam to have my back, and I focused wholly on her. I soaked up the joy on her face, and wished we could dance like this forever. I cursed as the song ended, and the precious moment was over before it had the chance to begin. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready to let her go and face danger alone. It took everything in me to bow to her as the last strains of the music ended, to peel my hands off of her skin. My heart was pounding as we moved off of the dance floor. Liam and Archie came to flank us. I appreciated the gesture more than I could ever say. A silent show of support for her. Emotionally, she needed it. She dealt with Rain, exchanging barb after barb. Him, I would take my time with. There was a reckoning coming. I couldn't wait for it. Alpha or not, we could take him. Course we can, Red snorted, his confidence echoing my own. We could kill anyone. He paused, except maybe Bastion. Hard to argue with that. Sam was probably the one man I'd hesitate to fight. I didn't think either of us would walk away unscathed from a brawl between us. Luckily, our friendship kept us both alive. An ominous gong sounded, and the crowd spilled out onto the terrace. Kearns and Harden approached us. The former lightly touched Lucy's elbow to gain her attention. Kearns leaned forward and warned her quietly, if you fail to return at daybreak, your death will be announced, and any claim you have on the throne will be void. There, Kearns said calmly, pointing to the wooden shack in the distance. That is the seat of power. It's not much to look at, Lucy complained, eyeing the shack critically. He grimaced, and sadly it has fallen into disrepair. It is too voracious for us to approach. Good luck, my queen. He withdrew with a bow. I gripped my teeth at his words. It was too voracious for them, but everyone was totally fine with sending their potential ruler into their depths. Spineless cowards. Whole lot of them. Before she left, Lucy turned to say goodbye to each of us, murmuring private goodbyes. Finally, it was my turn, and I wanted no part in saying goodbye. Perhaps she felt the same, because her face was serious rather than emotional when she turned to me. She murmured to me, "Be ready at dawn. If I don't come back, prepare to fight for your life. Fight Greg, and then run to the home counties pack and build a position of strength from there." I smiled. In some ways, she could be so naive. She needed to know the depths of my love for her, so I smiled and said, "Bugger off, Lucy." She blinked, startled. I'd never sworn at her and probably never would again, but the moment had called for it because I needed her full attention for every other word that was coming. I held her gorgeous blue eyes with mine, keeping my voice low, for her ears only. If you die in there, I will set the world on fire. I will kill every single arrogant bugger here. Every single one that laid a bet on the timing of your death. I will not rest until I've ripped out every black heart from every one of their cursed chests and stained this marble floor with their blood." Her jaw clenched, and her eyes were fiery. "Then you'll die, my love," she said tightly. I shrugged. "We all die." "Dragons don't," she hissed, jabbing my chest with her finger. "Be more dragon." I smirked. "Now you sound like my mum." She glared. "Ouch." I laughed. "Go on, Peaches. I'll be waiting here for you when you return. And you will return. I know it, and you know it." She grinned suddenly. "I do know it." A laugh burst from me as I imagined all their faces when she walks back into their crappy ball. "They're going to be so pissed off when you stroll back in. Be ready at dawn." I parroted her own words back to her. "Smarty pants, I was born ready." She flicked a blonde tendril over her shoulder. "I'll see you later." "You will," I swore. Her eyes were passionate, and I saw them flick down to my lips with longing. Then she squared her shoulders and walked away. She strode with confidence away from my side, off to face her destiny. I wanted to howl and scream at the unfairness of it all. I should be by her side. My place was by her side, no matter where she was. I longed to shuck off the stiff formality of the tuxedo and shift, to run by her side, ready to tear into her enemies. "She asked us to wait," Red said simply. "So, we wait." "It is hard," I complained. "She's testing us too," Red murmured. "We say we believe in her, and if that is true, then she can handle it herself." Of course it's true, but just because she can handle itself doesn't mean she should have to. I want to be the one bleeding for her. "Plenty of blood be spilled by the end of this. Be calm, brother. Our claws will rip into the flesh of our enemies. But when she says it must be so, and only then. For now, we bide our time." Yes, I agreed as patiently as I could. We bide our time. Around us, shots were being drunk, and the crowd grew rowdier and rowdier. If others came to engage me in conversation, I didn't notice or care. Liam and Archie guarded me, and all of my attention was on that smaller wooden shack, which held the woman I loved within it. I got jostled as a fight broke out around me. Without hesitation, I turned and slammed my fist into the alpha prick who'd forced me to take my eyes off of the seat of power. I pulled my fist back and punched him again and again. My fourth punch was stopped by Archie's hand and pleading eyes. "Keep your eyes on the prize," he said calmly to me. Just like that, my rage was gone. He was right. I was supposed to be watching for Lucy. I turned back to my vigil, barely registering the men dragging away the unconscious alpha, who'd had the misfortune of fighting near me. The shot of violence and adrenaline had steadied me. I needed it. Time was marching with aching slowness, and every minute more tension racked my frame. I couldn't have told you whether she'd been gone 20 minutes or an hour, but it felt like eternity. The brawl had settled my nerves, releasing the built-up tension. My brain felt like it was clearing. I looked to the shack just as the door opened. My breath caught. She was beautiful, and on her head, she wore a crown. A slow smile drew across my face, and a laugh of triumph burst out of me. Oh, now, what a woman she was. And now the fun could truly begin. Across the distance between us, our eyes met. Hers were triumphant, rightly so. A broad grin drew across my face, and I gave her a thumbs up. We both knew she was about to get challenged, but with her secret piping power, we knew she had this. She was going to trounce all her enemies effortlessly. I wondered how many of them would die before they got it into their thick skulls that they couldn't best her. I was betting many. The air around me was saturated in arrogance and confidence. But only Lucy's was justified. The first alpha idiot removed his clothing, shifted, and started towards her. She watched him come. The sunset burnishing the skies in brilliant rich pinks and purples was a perfect backdrop to her radiance. A small knowing smile toyed around her lips, betraying a smug confidence in what was to come. Her enemy pelted towards her, and at the last second, she shifted. As she changed from woman to wolf, flames consumed her. Panic would have gripped me, but even as I registered them, the flames were gone. I had no idea how she'd done it, but I suppose it seemed only fair to warn her challengers with a visual reminder. She'd been through a crucible of fire, and she was stronger than they knew. I smiled. She was going to crush them all. I was going to enjoy watching her teach them some humility, my avenging angel. The arrogant wolves weren't going to know what hit them.